Shabbat shalom to everyone. Our families they'll head to their dinner, so as they're making their way out, we always like to give a little extra blessing as they make their way out, but we love having everyone here. We go all the way back to creation, and according to one of the commentators, the Sforno, who's an Italian biblical commentator, he says that the first thing that is created is time. With the light, before space, before anything else was brought into being, this light brings us this concept of time. And because of that, the first mitzvah, the first commandment that's given to us as a Jewish people is not about a place or an object, but it's about sanctifying time, making time holy. And in Parshat Bo, which is our parasha this week, we read, Vayomer Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aharon be'eretz Mitzrayim le'mor, that God comes and speaks to both Moshe and Aaron in the land of Mitzrayim, in Egypt. So they're still there, and also there are beautiful comments on why is it both of them, but that Aaron is included because he's been such a pillar for Moshe in his leadership. So he comes to both of them. The mitzvah comes to both of them. HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chodashim, that this very moon or this time is going to be for you the way that you are going to count time. It's going to be the beginning of time, or this month is going to be the beginning of time. And it keeps going and says, Rishon hu lachem l'chadshe hashana, that this month, that this stage of the moon, and there are some midrashim again that God is pointing or showing them that this time being Nisan, which is in the spring, is going to be the beginning of the months, and it's the first for you of the months of the year. Still while in Egypt, still surrounded by that darkness and that narrowness, God gives us the power to name time. That is the commandment. Not just to count days, but to make them holy. And God points to the moon. Why the moon? Why are we moon people? There are many, many different rabbinic texts, midrashim. They're beautiful, and I just wanted to bring a couple tonight and tie it together. There's one midrash that teaches that during the first 15 days of the month, the moon grows from that very thin sliver into a full radiant circle. I actually saw the moon as I was walking here. I don't know if anyone saw it. It was magnificent tonight. It is so clear. It's a crescent, and you can see the dark side. It's beautiful, but we're making our way toward that full moon. And in the same way, the Midrash says that over 15 generations from Abraham to Solomon, so King Solomon, the Jewish people grew from one courageous individual into a sovereign nation with a holy temple, that we just kept growing and growing and growing. And after that, the light began to fade, that we had a time when generation by generation it was diminished until 15 generations later, we were defeated and our temple destroyed, and that light seemed to disappear entirely. But like the moon, our story does not end in darkness. When the moon is completely hidden, we know it has not vanished. We know that the light is going to return. Even when we are living through times that feel painfully dark, this is not the end. No matter how deep the night feels, the light will emerge again. No matter how dark it gets and it feels and how overwhelming that darkness is, the light of the moon always comes back gradually. And there's another teaching, this one from the mystical texts, this one from the Tikkunei Zohar, it's one of the texts of the Zohar, which compares those who lack material wealth, so those who are poor, to the moon. And it says, the moon itself doesn't have light, doesn't have her own light. And yet, just as the sun gives that light freely to the moon, so too we are asked and we are called to give of what we have, our generosity, our care, our presence, without fear of scarcity, knowing that it's no loss to us. The sun gives the moon the light that it has, And that calls us to also, in generosity of spirit and without fear, to say, I can share my light with those who need it. In a world that is feeling actually impossibly dark, part of sanctifying time, and I want to say especially weekly through Shabbat, which we sanctify time every single week on Shabbat, it's a practice of seeking light, reconnecting to sparks that feel distant or they feel hidden. And when we find them, even the smallest ones, the work is to share them freely. This is our first commandment as a people. That is what the parasha says. Share that light, sanctify time. Don't forget, even in the darkness, to look for the light. It's there. That's what it means to sanctify time. And this is how we participate in this idea of tikkun, in helping and fixing our broken world. It's how we help the light return. And just as the moon disappears, but we always know it will grow and glow again. Shabbat shalom.